Developmientes. All right, so I'm gonna get straight to this chase here. So I want to talk about the movie Thunderbolt. The Marvel movie that's coming out in like a few days. And I've already seen a couple of videos that people have seen this movie with early screening, and everyone's saying, well, not everyone, but those who have seen the movie with early screenings have all been saying the movie's great, it's phenomenal. It talks about are you worthy? It talks about not are you worthy. It's the overall message is basically a bunch of dude people, and it comes from are you worthy? Are you good enough? Can you redeem yourself? Basically, that's the overall message of it. And I think the main character is going to be that girl with the blonde hair, with the short blonde hair. I think she's in that Black Widow movie. I didn't even see that movie. I'm not going to. I wasn't interested. But I think she's going to be the face because it's kind of obvious who's the main character, who's going to be the focal point, or someone who's going to steal the scene in any kind of movie. If you look at the poster, I mean, look at Ant-Man 3, who was the biggest face in that entire poster. And she's like the face and like everything. She's in the center because they want you to draw your eyes towards her. And I think we're gonna come in like, am I good enough to play the Black Widow role? Or her role is gonna be like, yeah, am I good enough to play the Black Widow role, or am I worthy? And it just seems all right. But the thing that irks me that I just can't get the ish off is you're gonna have Sentry in this movie, and also, I mean, and the Void too. But you're putting Sentry in this. For anyone who's comic book ignorant, which you all are, and to let you know, I'm a DC fanboy, but even I know who this is. Sentry is Marvel's Superman. Sentry is a big enough star to have his own movie. Sentry literally goes through like multiple, can be a great example of like bipolarism or split personality disorder or something like that. You can make a whole movie. Sentry can run an entire movie on his backstory alone. But you're making him a bad guy for a group of, just to make a movie about a group of misfits that can, and talk about how are they worthy about, or do they deserve to be redeemed, or can they fill in the role, or it's just something like that kind of movie. And it's like, I guess, a band of misfits that come together. And the advertisement, everything they're pushing, this just seems like people are making this movie sound like an 8.59. But in all honesty, I think this movie might be like a 7. It just gives me 7, like a straight 7. Like, not that good. And I think people are going to hype this movie up and say this is a phenomenal thing by Marvel because like, they saw Captain America, the newest Captain America, Brave New World, and they're like, oh, this is the best thing Marvel's made this year, blah, 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 blah. You sure about that? I think this movie is not that good. I could be wrong. I haven't seen it, but the way everything is leading up to, it's like, first thing first, you have a powerhouse like Sentry be the villain, which is like, for anyone who doesn't know, Sentry has the power of 1,000 suns. How can a bunch of super soldiers beat a man who is literally a god amongst men? Sentry cannot die. Like, literally is deathless. But then it also, so I don't know why they're doing this with Sentry. And I don't know why Sentry doesn't have his own movie. They're using him to help promote these, I guess, these guys to help boost up the freaking this group, which I don't know. I think something tells me that this group is going to be like a precursor for like the Fantastic Four or something. Because you know that movie's coming out. I'm excited to see that movie. But this is like, I don't know, man. Like, this movie seems like it's going to be pretty mid. And I think we're hyping it up because it's something great because of Brave New World. But just like Wolverine, Deadpool and Wolverine, we're going to come back in a year or two and be like, oh, I don't think Thunderbolt was really that good of a movie. And it was relying too much on like some sort of emotional, trying to focus on the emotional aspect of the characters instead of actually writing a good, congruent story and and the concept made no sense of how they were able to defeat Sentry. Because right now you guys are all saying that about the Deadpool and Wolverine movie, and you guys are all saying that it wasn't that good, which, to be honest with you, it wasn't that good. It was more like just a cameo fest, basically what that movie was. And this movie is going to be more of like an emotional fest, and It's gonna have some good fight. I think this movie is gonna heavily focus on the emotional aspect of the characters, but not focus on the characters themselves. As in, let's just talk about other movies like I'm gonna use other Marvel movies like the Avengers, where the characters. I mean, they joke too much, but the characters themselves can carry the movie. Like Captain America, Winter Soldier, every character carried the movie themselves. Here, it's like they're focusing on the emotional aspect of these characters just to get the audience to actually watch it. Because honestly, I don't know who any of these people are except for Bucky. Which, by the way, I find it interesting how Bucky, aka the Winter Soldier slash the White Wolf, isn't the main character. Like Bucky, you're not gonna make Bucky. You're gonna put this girl from this terrible Black Widow movie. Come on, man. Come on. Bucky should have been the main character. Everybody else should have been side pieces, and this should have been some sort of like White Wolf thing, or I don't know, something about it. Should have been more focused on Bucky because I think, honestly, I think Bucky can carry a movie. It could have been the Winter Soldier and the Thunderbolts. I don't know why they focus on this woman, but I guess, but something tells me that he's just there just to cause something who's familiar, so these audience know who he is. I honestly don't think he's gonna be talking that much. Honestly, I haven't seen this movie or seen any of the trailers. And you guys can call me a hater, which is perfectly fine, but I think he's barely gonna talk. He's gonna come in, do look cool. I think he's just gonna focus on trying to look cool because his hair is growing back. So for anyone who's, I don't know, for some reason, whenever somebody see Winter Soldier's hair grow back, that means he's just gonna try to look cool. He isn't gonna do that much. So he's just gonna look cool, and man, I don't know. I'm not into this movie. This movie doesn't really. I'm gonna see it, but I'm probably just gonna wait like a week later. You guys are gonna give this card the greatest reviews ever and think it's great, but I think the advertisement is what's making you people think it's gonna be great in these early reviews. And I don't know if these people are bought, but people are just like the guys who had the early screenings. I think these guys are just in awe with the fact that they just got to see a movie that was okay and thought it was good. But in over time, I don't think it's gonna. You guys aren't gonna give this the same love that you're giving it now. Just like the Wolverine movie, not Wolverine movie. I can call it Wolverine. Deadpool and Wolverine. So that's my 2 cents on it. And maybe I'm wrong. This could probably be one of the best Marvel movies ever. But I think you guys should just wait for Fantastic Four. And that's my opinion on it. All right, ciao.